Hello and welcome to Life Changing Tuition's Summer School 11. So today we'll be going through how to solve each question and an explanation of the process. So let's begin with algebra. So simplify each of the following. So with 1a, we have y plus y plus y plus y. So because we're adding, we simply count how many y's there are, and because they're all y's, we know there's going to be 4, and it will just be 4y. And remember, we're simplifying, so we want a more simple answer. Next, with B, so it's the same thing. We have all W's, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll be 5W. Ooh. So it'll be 5W. Okay. Next is A plus A plus A plus A plus A plus A. So there are 6 A's, so it'll be 6A. With D, there's S plus S plus S, and they're all S, so they're all the same unit, and then there's 3 of them, so it'll be 3S. So 1A is 4Y, 1B is 5W, 1C is 6A, and 1D is 3S. Next is N plus N. Once again, they're both N, so they're both the same letter, which means that we simply count how many there are, which is N plus N, 2. So E will be 2N. Okay, next we move on to F. So we have G plus G plus G plus G minus G. So first we count that there's 4 G's which we're adding, and then we take away 1, so it'll be 3G. So it's like 4G minus G is 3G. You're doing 4 minus 1, which gives you 3. So yeah, next is G. So y plus y plus y plus y minus y minus y. So it's like doing 4y here minus 2y, which will give us 2y. So the answer to G will be 2y. So just checking. 3G, 2y. Cool. Alright, next is P plus P minus P minus P. So this is like doing 2P minus 2P, which will give us 0. Because it's like doing 1 minus 1 or 2 minus 2. You're just going to get 0 because you're taking away the whole thing. So next we have I. So this one, they're getting slightly more complicated, but it's nothing to worry about. So we have 3y plus 2y. So with I, we're just going to have 5y. It's like doing 3 plus 2 equals 5. Then we have J, so 4a plus 3a. It's like doing 4 plus 3 because they're the same unit, so 7a. Then we have K, so it's 9k plus 5k. So it's just like doing 9 plus 5, which is 14k, because they're the same unit. Next we have L, so 7m plus m is like doing 7 plus 1, because if there's nothing in front, it's like there's 1. So this will be 8m. And then we have m, so 15c plus 20c, well, it's 15 plus 20, which equals 35c. N is 6w minus 3w, so it's like doing 6 minus 3, which is 3. So 3, and then there's the same unit, so w. O, so we have 10y plus 3y minus 5y, so they all have 5 as their letter. So we do 10 plus 3, which equals 13, and then 13 minus 5, which will give us 8. So it will be 8y. Next we have P, so 20t plus 20t minus 14t, well it's 20 minus 14, which is 6t. Q, so this one is 7x minus 3x minus x, so it's like doing 7 minus 3 minus 1, which is like doing 7 minus 4, which is just 3, so 3x. Next we have R, which is 8k minus 8k, so it's like doing 8 minus 8, which is 0. And remember, you don't write 0k, although 0k would make sense. Just write 0, because you don't need to put a letter. Just put 0 because there's nothing remaining. So then we have S. So 7y minus 2y plus y is like doing 7 minus 2, which is 5, and then 5 plus 1, which is 6. So the answer to this will be 6y. Then is T. So 5u minus 4u is like doing 5 minus 4, which is 1, which is just u. Once again, if there's 1 of something, you just write the letter. You don't need to write 1u. So then for u, we have y squared plus y squared. Well, y squared plus y squared is just 2y squareds. So you just write 2y squared. And then it's a squared plus a squared plus a squared. So now you got to remember that when there's a squared, you just got to remember these are all the same value. So it's just like adding 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it's 1 of it plus 1 of it plus 1 of it makes 3 of it. And it in this case is just 3a squared. So then we have w, so c squared plus c squared plus c squared plus c squared plus c squared. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just write 5c squared. And then here we have 7y squared plus 3y squared. So that'll make 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. So you can see all of these questions, they're still giving all of the letters as the same. So it's like you're doing an A plus an A or a G plus a G. So, you know, these are the most simple ones you can get, really. But you just got to remember, if they're the same unit, it's like saying 1 of it plus 1 of it. You're like, well, your y squared plus y squared is 2y squared. And you just need to forget about the squared and treat them as just equal values. You got to remember that n is equal to n and g is equal to g. Their values aren't any different. So let's move on to 2a, b, and c. So here we have in A, we need to find the perimeter of each shape below. So we're adding the sides all together. So with A, it's like doing x plus x plus x plus 9 plus x plus 9. So first we collect like values. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, so 4x. And then 2 9s, so plus 18. So this one will be 4x plus 18. Next is B. So we have a rectangle. So you gotta remember, like, this part is going to be 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So the opposite sides are equal. So we have 2x here and 3y here. So it's like doing 3y plus 3y plus 2x plus 2x, which will give us 6y plus 4x. Okay, so 6y plus 4x, or you could even write 4x plus 6y. It doesn't really matter. But now I'll just quickly clear some space for that, for the next question. So for C, we have 2x, 2x and x. So that will be 2x plus 2x plus x. So we have 2 plus 2 plus 1. So you could count it like this, 2 plus 2 plus 1, which gives us 5. So the answer to C will be 5x. Okay, 5x. Alright, next is, so yeah, A was 4x plus 18, B was 4x plus 6y, C is 5x. So next is 3. So I'll just quickly clear up some space. Alright, in C, a square has a side length of 3x, and then find an expression for the perimeter of the square, and then find the expression for the perimeter of this shape. Okay. Oh, okay, there's the separate parts, is there? Okay, well, first we'll do the first part. So find an expression for the perimeter of the square. So if it has so let's just draw out the square so we can visualize it. So here, this part will be 3x. So that means that each of the sides will have a length of 3x. So you're essentially timesing it by 4, which gives you, well, 12x. So it's like doing 3x plus 3x plus 3x plus 3x. Well, it goes 3, 6, 9, 12. So that'll be 12x. Okay, then the next part. So we have to find the perimeter of this shape. So we have a 2x up here. We have 3x plus 5, and then we have to find this length. So it's essentially doing 3x plus 5 minus 2x, which simplifies to x plus 5. So here we'll have x plus 5. Next we're going to do this vertical line. So, okay, yeah. First we know for that part it's x plus 5 because the difference between 3x plus 5 and 2x plus 5 is x plus 5. So next for the vertical line it's essentially doing 4x plus 1 minus 2x plus 1. So these two cancel out. Yeah, and then you have your 2x. So 2x is the difference here between 2x plus 1 and 4x plus 1. Now remember, we're taking the whole vertical length and then part of it to find the difference, because 2x plus 2x plus 1 is 4x plus 1, which gives us the full length. Then we find the expression for the perimeter. So this part is, you just got to make sure you don't make any silly mistakes. So we're doing 2x and plus the 2x plus x plus 5, and notice it's not to scale, but we'll keep going. Okay, so x plus 5 plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x plus 5 plus 4x plus 1. So first we collect all of the like terms. There's 2x, 2x, x, 2x, 3x, and 4x. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So that's 14x. And then we add up our whole numbers. So our numbers. So 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 1 is 12. So that leaves us with 4x plus 12 as our answer. Next is 4. So we have A. Okay, so, different sections. Okay. Write an algebraic expression for each of the following. So 4 more than C is going to be, C, and then you add on 4. So it'll be C plus 4. 2 lots of A is, 2A. 3 less than B, so you take your B and then it's 3 less, so you do minus 3. D is M divided by 5, so that'll be M over 5. E is 7 multiplied by S, so you take your 7 and times by S. Remember, with algebra you don't have to write the multiplication sign, you can just write 7S. W subtract 1 will just be W minus 1. E squared will just be E squared, like that. So this is all testing your knowledge of what everything is called, basically. So for H it is Y add 9, so it will just be Y plus 9. This is E squared, so you have Y plus 9. M shared between 3 is, you're dividing it into 3, so 3, this is all just testing your terminology. So 10 times x is 10x. K less than 8 is, you take your 8 and it's k less, so it's 8 minus k. For M it's 12 less than G, so you do G and then subtract 12 and then 5. So a taxi driver charges M pounds per mile, and then write an expression for the total cost of a 2-mile journey, a 15-mile journey, and then a journey of X miles. Well, for this, you know that, he says he charges M pounds per mile. So all you got to do for 5A is, it'll be 2 times M, so 2M. Because it's per mile, so so M is the number of pounds, and then for each mile he drives, you're paying M pounds, so it'd be 2 times M this time, because it's a 2-mile journey. And then it's a very similar thing, but just a different number for B, so that's just 15 times M. And then journey of X miles will just be M, and then you times it by X. So that is question 1 to 5 for algebra. Next, Alan is Y years old and has 8 sisters. Write an expression for how old each sister is. So we got to remember Alan is Y years old, so that Y represents his age, so that will be a number, except it isn't given to us. So for A, Beth is 3 years older than Alan. So this will just be our Y, and then we add 3. So Y plus 3. Next, for B, Clara is 2 years younger than Alan. Well, this will be Alan's age, and then you subtract 2. So A is Y plus 3, B is Y minus 2. C, Donna is 3 times Alan's age. So this will just be 3, and then you multiply it by Y. Then we have D, so Emma is half of Alan's age, so that'll be Y divided by 2. And then E, so we have Fiona is 2 years younger than Donna. Well, first we need to find Donna's age, which is here. So Donna's 3, so we do 3Y, which is Donna, and then she's 2 years younger, so we just subtract 2. Okay, just checking the previous answers. Yeah. Okay, so E is 3Y minus 2. F is, well, Georgia is twice of Beth's age, so Beth is up here. She's Y plus 3, so she's twice of Beth's age. So we're doing 2 of Y plus 3. Then we can simplify this more to just get 2Y plus 6. Because we're multiplying each value outside the bracket times each value inside the bracket, so 2Y plus 6. And then we have G. So Hannah is 4 years older than Fiona, so we take Fiona's age, which is 3Y minus 2, and she's 4 years older, so it's like doing 3Y minus 2, but then you add 4. So here we just cancel out the numbers and just find that value. So minus 2 plus 4 gives us plus 2. So Hannah is 3Y plus 2. And then with H is Isabel is 3 times of Emma's age. So Emma is half of Anne's age, which is Y over 2. And she's 3 times of this. So you got to do Y over 2 times 3. So this is essentially doing over 3 over 1. So 3Y over 2. And then this can just simplify to... yeah, 3 times Emma's age. So yeah, you're essentially doing 3 times Y over 2, which gives us that, and then we can just, we could simplify more. Yeah, you could simplify to get... Well, you could simplify. Yeah. So essentially, yeah. Can we simplify? Yeah. Yeah, but well, I guess with that, the only simplification you could do would be this. So yeah, we'll leave that as 3 over 2y. So that's like doing 1.5y if you want to put it into numbers. Okay, next is 7. So, okay. I'm just checking whether average half of it is 1 over 2. Yeah. Okay, well yeah, that should be, I'm just slightly mistaken due to the answer being saying 3y minus 6, but I think they've taken an incorrect value, and they've chosen, they think that Isabel is 3 times of Clara's age. Yeah, so this one will be, yeah, just slightly baffled by that one. Alright, so yeah, that should be, 3y over 2, which simplifies to 3 over 2y, which is 1.5y. But really, I would just leave that as 3 over 2y. Okay, 7. A plumber charges £15 per hour plus a Y pounds initial call-out charge. Write out an expression for the total cost of a job lasting 3 hours. So, something that costs that lasts 3 hours will be, well, £15 times by 3, which gives us £45, and that'll be £45 plus y. So 7 will be y plus 45, or 45 plus y. So B, job lasting 8 hours will be, well, 8 multiplied by 15. So that will be here, 8 and then 12. So that'll be £120 plus y, or y plus 120. And then we have C. So a job lasting n hours will cost, well, 15 times by n plus y. So 15n plus y, or y plus 15n. And then we have question 8. So if A is 7, B is 10, C is 3, D is 8, and E is 15, find the value of each expression. So in A plus 5 is 7 plus 5, which is 12. And then B. So B minus 4 is like doing 10 minus 4, which is 6. C is C plus D, so that is 3 plus 8. I'll just write this down, which is 11. E minus D is 15 minus 8, which gives us 7. 2 times A is 2 times 7, which is 14. 2 times 7, which is 14. F is 4B, which is 4 times 10, which is 40. G is 3 times E, so 3 times 15, which is 45. H is 5 times C, so 5 times 3 is 15. And then we have I, which is B over 2, which is 10 over 2, which is 5. E over 5, which is 15 over 5, which is 3. D over 4 is 8 over 4, which is 2. And A over 2, which is 7 over 2, which is 3.5. So I is 5, J is 3, K is 2, and L is 3.5. Next is 9. So the cost of hiring a car for a number of days is calculated using the formula hire cost is 30 times the number of days plus 50. So we have to calculate the cost of hiring a car for 9 days. So this is going to be 30 times for 4 days plus 50. So we have to use our BODMAS for this one. So with our BODMAS, we know that we're going to have to multiply first. So 30 times 4 is 120, plus 50 is 170. So the answer to 9A is going to be £170. Then it's the cost of hiring a car for 9 days. So 30, essentially in brackets, times by 9, plus the 50. So 30 times 9, I'll just do this in column method to show you, is £270, and then you do 270 plus 50, which is 320. So the answer to part B is £320. Next, we're going to solve the following equation. So W plus 5 is 7. So with that, we know that W is going to be 7 minus 5. So the answer to 10A is 2. So W is 2. For B, we know that C is going to be 10 minus 2, which is 8. For C, A minus 1 is D. Well, A is going to be 6 plus 1 then, which is 7. For D, X minus 4 is 5. So we know that X is equal to 5 plus 4 because the sign switches when it swaps sides. So X is 9. E, well, E we have very similar things. So 13 minus 4, which is going to be 9. So X is 9. 9 here. F, so 3 times something is 12. So W is going to be 12 over 3. So W is 4. For G, we have 2x is 18. So x is equal to 18 over 2, which is 9. W over 2 is 6. So W is equal to 6 times 2, which is 12. So 12 for that one. I is x over 4 is 7, so x is equal to 4 times 7, which is 28. J is, 5 times y is 30, so y is equal to 30, and then divided by 5, which is 6, so y is 6. K is x plus 10 is 40, so 40, x, I'll just run this out. So x is equal to 40 minus 10, which is 30. So K is 30. 2x is 34, so x is going to be 34 over 2. And that simplifies to 17. For M, x minus 9 is 7, so x is equal to 7 plus 9, which is equal to 16. So x is 16. For N, we have M would be equal to 8 times by 6, because 6 was being divided first, now it's going to change and be times. And 8 times 6 is 48, so M is 48. And you can test it by doing like 48 over 6 is 8. So then O, W minus 15 is 35, so W is equal to 35 plus 15, which is equal to 50. So W is 50. Next is x over 10 is 5, so x is going to be the equivalent of 5 times by 10, which is 50. So x is 50. Okay, so that is up to question 10. Next is 11. So Hannah is n years old. Her aunt Emily is 3 times older than Hannah. Emily is 48 years old. So write down the equation for this information and then solve your equation to find out how old Hannah is. So we know that Hannah's n years old. Her aunt Emily is 3 times older than Hannah. So we know that 3 times older than Hannah is going to equal to 48. So 11a is going to be, 3n is 48. Next, we have to find out how old Hannah is. So Hannah is n, so we're doing n is 48 over 3. 48 over 3, we can do our bus stop method for this. One here, so 16. So n is 16, and that's how old Hannah is. So Hannah is 16. Okay, next. 12. So Sam thinks of a number, n. He multiplies this number by 7 and adds 3 to the result. His answer is 45. So write down the equation so we know he has n. Multiplies his number by 7, so 7n, and adds 3. And then the answer is 45. So 7n plus 3 is 45. So that's the answer for 12a. 7n plus 3 is 45. So then B, solve your equation to find n. So first we know 7n is going to be 45 minus 3, which is 42. Then n is 42 over 7. 42 over 7, well, we can use our times tables for this. 42 over 7 is going to be 6. So we just write 6 there, and then n is equal to 6. So n is equal to 6. 13. A rectangular field has a perimeter of 150 meters. The field is 15 meters longer than it is wide. The width of the field is 8 meters. So I'll draw this one out so that we can visualize it. So we have our rectangle, and then we have, well, the width of the field. So we'll just say, okay, well, I'll redraw this so it's more accurate. So here, this is our rectangular field. The width is it's x meters, so x and x, because it's rectangular, they're going to be equal. And then the field is 50 meters longer than it is wide, so it's going to be x plus 15, x plus 15. We know that it has a perimeter of 150 meters, so write down an equation for this information. So it's going to be x plus x plus x plus 15 plus x plus 15 is equal to 150. So it's going to be 4x plus 30 is 150. And that is going to be our answer for part A. So 4x plus 30 is 150. Next, B. So solve your equation to find the width of the field. So we're finding x. So 4x is 120 because of 150 minus 30 is 120. And x is 120 over 4, which is 30. So part B is x is 30. And then C, we're finding the length. So that's going to be our x plus 15, which is equal to 30 plus 15, which is 45. So 45 meters. Make sure that you write down your units. 14. So work out 7 plus 2 times. Okay, so this is all looking at your bod mass. So 14a. So this one, let me quickly sort this out. So we have 14a. 7 plus 2 times 3. So we got to remember bod mass. First, you're going to be timesing, and then you'll add. So you're doing 7 plus 6, which is equal to 13. So 14a is 13. 9 plus 4 times 2, so 9 plus 8. And that's going to be 17. C is 10 plus 2 times 2, so 10 plus 4 is 14. And then here we're going to divide first, so 18 plus 2 equals 20, so D is 20, so yeah, we have A is 13, B is 17, C is 14, D is 20. For E, we have 20 minus 5 times 2, so first we're going to be doing, well, multiplication and then subtraction, so 20 minus 10 is 10, so E is 10. F, we have 8 minus 2 times 3, so we're going to be doing 8 minus, well, 2 times 3 first, which is 6, and then that's 2, so F is 2. G is 21 minus 9 divided by 3, so first we're going to be dividing, so 21 minus 3 is equal to 18, so the answer to G is 18. h is 100 minus 40 times by 2. So first we're going to be multiplying. So 100 minus, well, 40 times 2 is 80. So h is 20. Next is I. So I, we have 16 divided by 1 minus 3. So that's going to be 60 minus 3, which is 13. J, so 5 plus 5 times 5 is going to be, well, we're going to be multiplying first, which is 5 plus 25, which is 30. K is 13 minus 7 divided by 1. So first we're going to be dividing, then we're subtracting. So 13 minus 7 is 6. Then we have L, so first we're going to be multiplying, then we'll be subtracting. So 42 minus 4 is 38. Next is M, so we have 9 plus 3 minus 2. So first we're going to be adding, then we'll be subtracting. So 9 plus 3 is 12, minus 2 is 10. N is 20 minus 5 plus 6. So first we're going to be doing addition, then subtraction. So 20 minus our 11 is 9. So N is... Oh, I've just paused for a second because the answers are saying something else. Answers are saying 21, but I think they've got their BODMAS incorrect. So yeah, first we have to do our addition, then our subtraction. So if you're doing subtraction first, then you'd get 15 plus 6, which is 21. But here we're doing addition first, because it's BODMAS. So yeah, 20 minus 11 is 9. Okay, next we have O, which is 21 minus 17 plus 4. So we're going to be doing addition first again. So this will be 21 minus 21, which is 0. Once again, the answers are saying something else from this one. It's saying 8, which would be the case if you're doing your subtraction first, but no, we are doing addition. For the answers have got it completely wrong with this one. Alright, so yeah, 21 minus, well, 17 plus 4 is 21, which is 0. Next is P, so 30 times 4 divided by 2, so because of BODMAS, we're going to be doing division first. So that means 30 multiplied by 2, which is 60. Next is Q, so PQ. So Q, we have 7 plus 7, which is 14. Divided by 2 is 7. R is 35 minus, well, that'll be 12. 35 minus 12 is 23. S is 40 times by 5, which is 200. 20 and 0, so 60 over 6 is 10. 15 over 5 is 3. This is 9 times by 11, it's 99. This is 90 divided by 45. Yeah, which is 2. Okay, next we have 8 plus 9, which is 17, and then you multiply it by 3. We can use our column method for this one, so 17 times by 3, well, we have 21 here, 51. So x is 51, y is what? 10 plus 5 plus 3 times by 3, so because of BODMAS, we're going to multiply first. 10 plus 5 plus 9, which is now just a simple addition, so it's like doing 15 plus 9, which is 24. So y is 24, z is, 100 minus 6 plus 2 times 3. So because of BODMAS, we're going to multiply first. So 100 minus 6 plus 6. And now what we're going to do is we're going to be doing, well, because of BODMAS, we're going to add first. So minus 6 plus 6 is 0. So it's 100 minus 0, or 100 plus 0. So that is 100. So z is 100. Next, Matthew says 9 plus 3 times 2 equals 15. Is he correct? Well, we'll just solve it ourselves. So with BODMAS, we do multiplication first. So this would just like do 9 plus 6 is 15. And that is true. 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. So yes. Next, Samuel says that 6 plus 4 times 9 is 90. Is he correct? Well, first we're going to multiply because of BODMAS. So this is like doing 6 plus, 4 times 9, which is 36. And 36 plus 36 is equal to 42. So he is not correct. Instead, 6 plus 4 times by 9 should be 42. Okay, next we move on to spatial reasoning, 2D views and combination shapes. So 2D views from the left. So here we can see that we have at the bottom layer, there's going to be 3, and all of our options have that. In our second level, there'll be 2, and at our top, there'll be 1 in the middle. So we have to have 3 at the bottom, 2 on the middle and right for the second. So we can cross out A, B, A, C, D. It still could be E. However, E has a darker shape in the center, which means it's not that, and that leaves us with B. Okay, for the second question, I'll quickly just number these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for the second one, we're expecting to have 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, or 2 there as well. So 3 at the bottom, all of our options have that. And then we expect to have, 1 and 2. So we expect to have a shape on the left and then the middle. So we can cross out A, B, D, and E. And then just to check, we're expecting one shape at the top level on the left. So that's C. It looks like a step. And then we have 3. So 3, we're expecting 3 shapes on the bottom level. So we can cross out D and E from that. Remember, we're using the process of elimination. And then we can expect only 1 shape on the right for the second level, which means we can cross out B. And then 2 at the top in the middle and the right for the top level. So that leaves us with A. So 1 is B, 2 is C, and 3 is A. So B, C, A. Good. 4. So with 4, we have a darker shape at the top, and then we have 2 at the bottom. So we need 2 at the bottom, so we can cross out A, C, and D. Then we're expecting 1 darker shape on the second level and on the left. So we can cross out E, and 4 will be B. 5. So 5, we have 3 shapes on the bottom level. So that is the case for not A, not C, yes with D, not with E. Then we're expecting 2 shapes on the left and middle. So that will be B, and we can see there's 1 darker shape there. So it's not going to be D because there's 2 shapes on the right and left, the left and right. So 5 will be B. Next is combination shapes. So we're adding the 2 shapes together to form a new one. So with this one, what you need to remember is that the scale will remain the same. So the sizes won't change. And with that, we can see the length of this vertical line is equal to the height of our shape on the left. So it's not going to be A. With B, the shape is just, it's a different shape. Same with C. D, there aren't the vertical lines here. So 1 is going to be E. Next, we have a rectangle with a circle in the middle and then a cross and then 4 diagonal lines on the side. So that is present in each of our shapes except for D because these 2 lines are too short. Next, we're going to be looking for this shape. So that is present in, well, we're going to remember that the cross needs to be like a plus sign, so it can't be C. And then, yeah. Then we're looking for our shape here. So it's not going to be B because this area isn't black. And it's not going to be E. So 2 is going to be A. So that leaves us with 1 is E, 2 is A. And then 3. So 3, we have this trapezium here with an oval and then black on the left side. And then we have a cross with 3 arrowheads. So we can cross out A for the arrowheads, B for the arrowheads, C for the arrowheads, and then it's between D and E. We can see that the shapes aren't overlapping. Well, we have the trapezium on top for D, but there isn't any black side here, so it's not D, and that means that 3 is E. Next is 4, so we have a circle with a black circle in the middle and then an S shape with 2 arrowheads at either end. And then we have a black circle with black on the outside and white on the inside. So first we're going to be looking out for that shape on the left with the S shape with the 2 arrowheads. So we need to make sure we have the S shape. So that is present in A, not B, yes with C, not D, and not E, because those are reflected versions. And then we're looking for that shape on here. And that isn't present in C. So 4 is A. With 5, this one's getting a bit more complicated. So with the combination shapes, they generally get harder when there's more parts of the shape. Now with this one, you have a flag-like shape at the bottom, and then you have an overlapped double-headed arrow here, and then double-headed arrow overlapping the center shape there, and then you have a circle with a vertical line in the middle. So following the same process, we're just going to be looking for that shape in our options. So it's not in A because the flag is facing the wrong way. It is in B, it is in C, not D, and it is in E. Next, we're going to be looking for this trapezium with a diamond on the top, or a rhombus. Well, no, a rhombus with this one, and then a square, and then they should be on top. So it is in B, not in C, because they're the wrong way around, and in E, well, they are there. So now we have to be able to differentiate between B and E. And how we're going to do that is by looking at the lower double-headed arrow, in which in B it's overlapping the longer shape. So it's not going to be B, and that means 5 is E. So next is 6. So they have added 2 rectangles there with a square here, and then an oval, or circular oval with a black oval on the inside. So once again, we're just going to be looking for the shape on the left in each shape, and if it isn't there, then we cross out the option. So it is in A, it is in B, not C because the rectangles are in the wrong place, not D, and it is in E except it's been rotated, which is okay. Next, we're finding this shape, where there should be a rectangle in the bottom left and top right. So bottom left and top right is what we need to remember. So they're essentially on opposite sides. That isn't the case with A. It is with B. And with E, with E, it's isn't. So that means that 6 is B. Okay, next, comprehension. So let's just read through the comprehension, and then we'll just read through it. Alright. So, persuasion is the art of convincing someone to agree with your point of view. According to the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, there are 3 basic tools of persuasion: ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is the speaker's way of convincing the audience that she is credible, that she is a credible source. And the audience will consider a speaker credible if she seems trustworthy, reliable, and sincere. This can be done in many ways. For example, the speaker can develop ethos by explaining how much experience or education she has in the field. After all, you would be more likely to listen to advice about how to care for your teeth from a dentist than a firefighter. A speaker can also create ethos by convincing the audience that she is a good person who has their best interests at heart. If an audience cannot trust you, you will not be able to persuade them. Pathos is a speaker's way of connecting with an audience's emotions. For example, a speaker who is trying to convince the audience to vote for him might say that he alone can save the country from a terrible war. These words are intended to fill the audience with fear, thus making them want to vote for him. Similarly, a charity organisation that helps animals might show an audience a picture of injured dogs and cats. These images are intended to fill the viewers with pity. If the audience feels bad for the animals, they will be more likely to donate money. Logos is the use of facts, information, and statistics, or other evidence to make your argument more convincing. An audience will be more likely to believe you if you have data to back up your claims. For example, a commercial for soap might tell you that laboratory tests have shown that their soap kills all 7 million of the bacteria living on your hands right now. This piece of information might make you more likely to buy their brand of soap. Presenting this evidence is much more convincing than simply saying, "Our soap is the best." Use of logos can also increase the speaker's ethos. The more facts a speaker includes in his argument, the more likely you are to think that he is educated and trustworthy. Although ethos, pathos, and logos all have their strengths, they are often most effective when they are used together. Indeed, most speakers use a combination of ethos, pathos, and logos to persuade their audiences. The next time you listen to a speech, watch a commercial, or listen to a friend try to convince you to lend him some money, be on the lookout for these ancient Greek tools of persuasion. Persuasion, as Aristotle taught, is not just about convincing someone to agree with your point of view, but also about understanding the audience's perspective. This is where the concept of kairos comes into play. Kairos is another important tool in the art of persuasion. Refers to the opportune moment or the right timing to make an argument. It's about understanding the context, the mood of the audience, and the overall environment before presenting your argument. For instance, a politician might wait for a moment of national crisis to propose a new policy, knowing that the audience is more likely to be receptive to change during such times. The use of ethos, pathos, and logos is not limited to speeches or debates. These tools are widely used in written communication. For example, in an opinion piece or an editorial, the writer often establishes ethos by mentioning personal anecdotes or stories that tug at the reader's emotions. And they use logos by presenting facts, statistics, or logical arguments to support their viewpoint. Understanding these tools can help us critically analyze the information presented to us in newspapers, books, or online articles. Moreover, the power of persuasion extends beyond the realm of politics and advertising. It plays a crucial role in our personal lives as well. Whether it's convincing a friend to try a new restaurant, persuading your parents to let you go on a trip with friends, or negotiating a raise with your boss. The principles of ethos, pathos, and logos can be applied. By establishing your credibility, appealing to emotions, and presenting logical arguments, you can effectively persuade others in your everyday interactions. Lastly, the art of persuasion is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Different audiences may respond differently to ethos, pathos, and logos. Therefore, a good persuader must be adaptable and flexible, tailoring their approach based on the audience's preferences and the context. This adaptability, combined with a balanced use of ethos, pathos, and logos, can make one a master of persuasion. So, question 1. What does the term ethos refer to in the context of persuasion? So, A, the use of facts and statistics. Well, no, because that was logos. B, the speaker's credibility and trustworthiness. Yeah. C, emotional connection. No. Timing. No, because that was kairos and emotional was pathos. E is flexibility and adaptability. No, so this one is B. Alright, 2. Which of the following best describes pathos? So A, the speaker's ability to adapt to the audience. No. Ooh. B, the speaker's use of facts and statistics. No, that was logos. C, the speaker's credibility and trustworthiness. Well, that was ethos. D, the emotional connection with the audience. yeah. And E, the timing, which is kairos. No. So 2 is D. Alright, 3. In the sentence, a speaker can also create ethos by convincing the audience that she is a good person who has their best interests at heart. What does the word ethos mean? So this is very similar to question 1. So A, emotion. B, evidence. Ooh. B, evidence. C, credibility. D, timing. Or E, flexibility. Well, this one is going to be their credibility, so C. Next. 4. What does logos involve in the art of persuasion? A, emotional appeal. B, the use of facts, information, statistics, or other evidence. Yeah, so not emotion because that's pathos. C, credibility. No, that's ethos. D, understanding the audience's perspective. No. And E, choosing the right timing, which is the kairos. No. So 4 is B. Next is 5. So, in the sentence, this piece of information might make you more likely to buy their brand of soap. What does the word information refer to? So A, a fact or data. B, an opinion. C, a feeling. D, a prediction. E, a question. Well, this one, they were talking about how it kills 7 million bacteria. So that is a fact or data. Well, it's data. But yeah, it's a fact or data, which leaves us with A. And then 6. In the sentence, the next time you listen to a speech, watch a commercial, Or listen to a friend try to convince you to lend him some money. Be on the lookout for these ancient Greek tools of persuasion. What does the phrase be on the lookout mean? A. Ignore. Nope. B. Pay attention. Yeah. C. Disagree. Nope. D. Agree. No. Or E. Forget. No. So 6 is going to be B. Pay attention. So it's like saying pay attention to the ancient Greek tools of persuasion. Alright, so 6 is B, and then 7. So, let's go back down here. So, if a political leader wanted to utilise Kairos, what would be the most likely approach? So, A, presenting a long list of their educational qualifications, they could. B, showing pictures of sad, suffering people to gather sympathy. No. Oh. Yeah, so not B. C, waiting for a significant event or crisis to present a new policy proposal. Well, it's not A because it's not ethos. Yeah, Keros is the timing. So C, waiting for a significant event or crisis to present a new policy proposal. It could be that because it's about timing. D, repeating the same argument in different ways. No. And E, discussing how their product or idea is scientifically proven to be effective. Well, that is logos. No. So Keros is going to be C. So the answer to 7 is C. Next is 8. So in this sentence, these images are intended to fill the viewers with pity. What is the noun? These? No. Images? Yeah, because images are a thing. C, are? No. D, intended. E, filled. Now remember, a noun is a thing, a name, a place. So that means that 8 is going to be B. Next is 9. So in the sentence, this piece of information might make you more likely to buy their brand of soap. What is the adjective? So this one is, well, for 9 it's not going to be this, not piece, because piece is a noun, information is a noun, might is no, and then likely, here, many would say that likely is an adverb at first, but here's saying make you more likely, so they're making you more likely. It's like making you more happy, making you, whatever other adjectives. So in this sentence, likely is going to be the adjective. Next is 10. So as used in paragraph 2, what's the best antonym for credibles? Now remember, antonym is something with opposite meaning. So credible is someone who has lots of, this is the one about ethos, lots of credibility, they can be trusted. So with this one, it could also be like honesty. So for 10, it's not going to be unintelligent because credible doesn't mean intelligent. Not going to be boring because credible doesn't mean someone exciting. C, dishonest. Well, credible is someone that's honest, so it could be this. Amazing, not necessarily. So the answer to 10 is C. Next is 11. So Amy is trying to convince her mother to buy a pair of £200 shoes. Oh, wait, no. Okay. She says, Mum, the shoes I have are really old and ugly. If I don't get these new shoes, everyone at school is going to laugh at me. I'll be so embarrassed that I will want to die. What form of persuasion is Amy using here? So, pathos. Well, we can firstly try to find where the pathos is. So it's like pathos is her empathy. So I'll be so embarrassed that I will want to die. Could be pathos. Ethos. Well, she does. Well, ethos could be like her saying that the shoes are really old and ugly, but not really. That's not really giving her credibility. C is logos, which is her statistics, which she doesn't have because she doesn't say it. Although it tells us here It's not in her speech, which is here. So that means that 11 is going to be A, her pathos. 12. According to the passage, logos can build ethos because A, an audience is more easily convinced by facts and information than simple appeals to emotions like pity or fear. Kind of. B, an audience is more likely to trust a speaker who uses evidence to support his argument. Yeah. C, a speaker who overuses pathos might make an no. D, a speaker could use misleading or false information. No. So logos is the facts and statistics, and that can build ethos because an audience is more likely to trust a speaker who uses evidence to support his argument. 13. Gareth is running for mayor. He tells his audience, under our current mayor, there have been 15,000 new cases of unemployment. If he stays in office, who knows how many more people will lose their jobs? Number could go up even higher. When I was the CEO of Magnatech, I helped to create over 1,000 new jobs. I can do the same thing for this city if you vote for me. Which form of persuasion is Gareth using here? So, with 13, first we're going to be looking for, we're going to look for each of them. So, pathos, we can see that pathos, he says that there have been over 15,000 new cases of unemployment. That makes people feel empathy. His logos is his statistics, so 1,000 new jobs here and the 15,000 new cases of unemployment. And then his ethos, when I was the CEO of Magnatech, so he's using all three, so it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Next is proofreading. So proofreading, this one is best word. Okay. So best word here. So 1. Don't something up, cried the angry barrister as he shuffled through his notes. Well, this will be don't stand up. So don't stand up. 2. Ruth objected something the treatment she had given from the customer service agent. So objected to the treatment she had given that she had received from the customer service agent. 3. The man responsible for the mess something the others to keep it a secret. Well, this will be implored the others to keep it a secret. It's a past tense. 4. Victor had been accused something theft, but he swore that he was innocent. Accused of theft. 5. Something aiming to arrive around 8 o'clock, said Henry. Well, this will be we're, as in we are. So we are aiming to arrive around 8 o'clock, said Henry. So we're aiming to arrive around 8 o'clock. WE''RE. Then we have 6. The team's new player was as strong something an ox. As strong as an ox. 7. All of the town's citizens wished the mansion was something. Well, it was theirs. Spelled possessively. THEIRS. 8. Bruno something to the archive last week to do some research. Bruno went to the archive last week to do some research. Next is 9. So my brother didn't agree something me, and so we discussed the issue for some time. My brother didn't agree with me. 10. The car something weighed around 500 kilograms was too heavy to be lifted by one person. This one, the car which weighed around 500 kilograms was too heavy to be lifted by one person. 11. Several of the boys are going to the cinema this evening. 12. The elephant that I saw was not the one something caused this damage. that caused this damage. And then best word fit. So how sure are you that something coming today? Well, this will be the they are coming today. So there. This is the abbreviated form. So they apostrophe RE. How sure are you that they are coming today? 14. It would be cool if you and something could meet later, she said. It would be cool if you and I could meet later, she said. 15. Something tall, beautiful hardwood trees which grew there before being illegally felled. Well, 15 is going to be there were. There is in the place and were because there's plural. So there were tall, beautiful hardwood trees which grew there before being illegally felled. So there were. 16. This is the something example of behaviour I've seen for many years, shouted the teacher. Well, this will be the worst. Or this is the worst example of behaviour I've seen for many years, shouted the teacher. 17. The lads were disappointed they'd lost the game. For every one of them, something his best. Well, this will be had done his best. Had done. 18. The survivors in the lifeboat, something water for days. This had no water for days, had none water for days, had any water, had nothing, had not water. Well, this will be the survivors in the lifeboat had no water for days. They had no water for days. Okay. Next is spelling. So, 1. After months of meticulous planning, the day was finally here. Lena's town was, well, this is meticulous. So meticulous, well, the A should be replaced by an E. So METICULOUS. Meticulous. 2. Hosting a summer festival, and she could hardly contain her excitement. The day, well, this is excitement. Excitement should be spelled EXCITEMENT. So excitement. 3. Began the carnival procession through the centre of town. Dance troops. Troops should be spelled. No, troop is spelled correctly. Procession is correct. Through the centre of town. Day began with a carnival procession through the centre of town. Dance. Okay, so this one is no mistake. 4. Dressed in flamboyant costumes and lavish headdresses, paraded down the street. This one is flamboyant. So flamboyant should be spelled FLAMBOYANT. Flamboyant. 6. Or 5, I mean. Accompanied by marching bands. Soon everyone was dancing along to the music. So this one is accompanied. Accompanied should be spelt with double C. So accompanied. Accompanied by marching bands. Soon everyone was dancing along to the music. The rhythm should be spelled RHYTHM. So RHYTHM. The rhythm was infectious. When the parade finished, the crowd headed to the park where there was an assortment of food stalls and travelling fun fair. So this one's assortment. Assortment should be spelled with double S. Assortment. And then spelling mistakes. So The journey back home proved to be very awkward for all the vehicle passengers. So awkward should be spelled as AWKWARD. Then 9. Caroline failed to make a conscious effort to rectify the serious situation. I swear no mistakes with this one. 9 or 10. Many species of fish will soon be extinct, meaning they will no longer be in existence. Well, the second S should be replaced by a C, so existence. 11. The officer said, "It's a great privilege to stand before you and address these concerns." This is privilege. Privilege should be spelled It should be spelled PRIVILEGE. So privilege. 12. The council needs to purchase some more land as the cemetery was almost full. So cemetery should be spelled with CEMETERY, so cemetery. So you're replacing the A with an E. And then 13. Harassment and bullying should not be tolerated at school or in the workplace. This one has no mistakes, so none. 14. A handful of politicians decided to band together and support environmental causes. This one is environmental. It should be spelled environmental. Environmental. So ENVIRONMENTAL. 15. The defendant felt that the 12th jury member would be prejudiced against her. This one is none. 16. The carefree and foolish man failed to appreciate the gravity of his current predicament. This one is appreciate. So appreciate should have a double P. Appreciate. And then 17. Tick the box next to the word that is spelled incorrectly. So there's loneliness, dictionary, inhabitant, and contemporary. It's contemporary. Okay, next is punctuation errors. Okay, so punctuation 1. Mention the word hippo and you'll probably think of a cute but robust animal. But how? Okay, so this will be in D. So D should have a full stop. 2. But how accurate is this? Hippos look like they have very tough skin when in fact they're. So for 2, this is B. There should be a question mark here. 3. Skin is highly sensitive and susceptible to burn in the sun. Hippo sweat even has special. So 3 is no mistake for this one. Has special properties to protect the skin from the sun's harmful rays. Well, this one is going to be C because suns should have an apostrophe because it's possessive. It's the sun's harmful rays. The same fluid, red in colour, also moisturizes and serves as an antibiotic. Imagine using hippo sweat. So 5 is going to be the same fluid, red in colour, comma, also moisturizes and serves as an antibiotic. Imagine using hippo sweat as a cosmetic or a medicine. It's true. Oh, so this one will be it's. So for 6, it's B. Oh, I'll also just circle the answers. So D. So 1 is D, 2 is B, 3 is none, 4 is C, and 5 is A. And then 6 is B because it is true. So it apostrophe S. It's true that hippos are omnivores, but don't let yourself be fooled. They are not gentle creatures and can be quite dangerous, especially given the. So 7 is going to be. Don't let yourself be fooled. This will be comma. They are not gentle creatures and can be quite dangerous, especially given the speed they can run, bracket, up to 30 kilometers per hour. Hippos typically do their running. Okay, so this one for 8 is going to be in C. Oh, I've got to circle this in C because there should be a closed bracket. And then, yeah, the full stop should still be there. But the bracket should be before the full stop. Up to 30 kilometers per hour. Hippos typically do their running at night whilst hunting for food. During the day, they stay in water. 9 has no mistakes. Okay, tick the box next to the option that is punctuated incorrectly. A. The new cafe, Maggie's Tea Room, is now officially open. B. After the storm, you'll have to rake up the leaves in Grandad's garden. C. It's the book I've wanted for months, exclaimed Will excitedly. And D. Megan, who was an avid fan, made her way to the rugby stadium. Well, this will be B, because it should be after the storm, comma, you'll have to rake up the leaves in Grandad's garden. Next is, VR, double meaning and logic problems. So here, double meaning. In the question below, there are two pairs of words. Choose the word from the 5 possible answers which goes equally well with both pairs. So with 1, we have sprint and rush and manage and organise. So sprint and rush are both words that are saying that you're like running very quickly. So this is all double meaning, yeah. So with sprint and rush, it's not going to be prepare. Because although prepare would go well with manage and organise, charge would go with sprint and run. Manage and organise to some extent because you're leading something, so we'll leave that for now. Direct would no, because it doesn't go with sprint and rush very well. Run, yes, this one goes very well. Coordinate, no. So between charge and run will make more sense. So the answer for this one will be run. 2, so we have strip and stripe and then group and orchestra. So here we have streak, fanfare, band, chevron and undress. So with 2, so strip and stripe is like an elastic band, and then group and orchestra are both musical groups, so a band would make the most sense. Next is 3, so pinpoint and target, and then ambition and objective. So pinpoint and target is like making a goal. Ambition and objective is also very similar in meaning. Or pinpoint and target is more like physically aiming for something, whereas ambition or objective is like a goal. So 3 is going to, it's not point. Although point would go well with pinpoint and target, it wouldn't go well with ambition and objective. So aim would go well, because it has double meaning for both. Not dream, or not aspiration, because those both go, they're like only fitting with ambition and objective. Location, no. So the answer for this one is A. 4, so we have hook, latch, grab and grasp. So we have then cling, hold, claw, catch and spring. This one catch would go pretty well with both, but let's check the others. So cling, no. Hold, no. Claw, no. Catch would go well, yeah. Spring, no. So this one, yeah. Catch, hooch and latch are all like fishing terminologies for when you catch a fish. And then catch, grab and grasp is both when your human hand is holding something. So this one will be catch. And then we have 5. So with 5 we have elastic, loop. So those are both like bands. And then guitar and drums. So with 5. Okay, elastic and loop don't go very well with Bill. Not really. Don't really go with. Okay, now I'm just slowly thinking now. So guitar and drums are both musical instruments, and none of our options are a musical instrument. So the closest thing for this one is just going to be band. So a band is like an elastic or a loop. So it's like the round objects, like an elastic band. And then guitar and drums, guitar and drums are both musical instruments, and then band is, it's a group of guitars and drums. So this one is band again. Okay. Next, logic problems. So, Chris has 42 cupcakes and 12 of them are chocolate. There are twice as many vanilla cakes as there are chocolate, and the rest of the cakes are lemon. How many lemon cakes are there? So, we have 42 in total. 12 of them are chocolate. Twice as many vanilla cakes as there are chocolate, so 24 vanilla. Then the rest are lemon, so that's 24 plus 12, which is equal to 36. And then that means that, 42 minus 36 equals, 6. So there'll be 6 lemon cakes. And that means the answer to question 1 is 6. 2. Demi has a £10 note. She spends £7.79 in groceries and 85p on a bus ticket home. So how much money does Demi have left? Well, this will just be our £10. We can do this in column addition or column subtraction. £10 minus £7.79. Or in fact, what we could even do is just take our £7.79 and add our 85p first. And then we subtract that all. So this will be here, 9, 6, so £8.64, and then £10 minus £8.64. That will equal to £1.36. So that's equal £1.36. 3. Becky has gone to a restaurant with 5 friends, and they are waiting for their food to be served. Becky's meal is last to arrive. Gavin's meal arrives before Jana's, but after Jeff's. Jana's meal is served before Andy's, and Steve's food arrives after Andy's. So whose meal is third to arrive? Okay, so first we know that Becky's is last to arrive. So we know that there's, and then we know that there's there's 5 friends. Okay, then we know that Gavin's meal arrives before Jana's. So Gavin's is here, Jana's is after, but then it's after Jeff's. So Jeff's comes before, so Jeff, Jana. And then Jana's meal is served before Andy's, so Andy's would be here, and Steve's food arrives after Andy, so that's here. So first is Jeff, then Gavin, then Jana, then Andy, then Steve, and then Becky. And with these questions, it really is about just writing it down, writing out what helps you visualize it so much more easily. So for 3, this one is going to be Jana. 4. Beth, Nina, Juan, Luke, Lucy, and Abdul love fruit. All of them except Lucy and Nina like mangoes, and only the girls like watermelon. All of them apart from Abdul and Beth like papayas, and only Abdul, Juan, and Nina like pears. Only Juan and Lucy do not like pineapple, and everyone with an A in their name likes cherries. So who likes the largest variety of fruits? So because it's asking who likes the largest variety of fruits, we're going to be writing down the first letter of each person's name. So B, N, J, L, and A. And then we're going to be writing down each of the fruits they like, and whoever likes the most will be our answer. So all of them except for Lucy and Nina like mangoes. So that'll be Beth likes mangoes, Nina doesn't, Juan does, Lucy doesn't, and Abdul does. Okay. Next, so we've done this first one. Only the girls like watermelons. The girls are Beth, Nina, and Lucy. So Juan and Abdul are boys. Beth, Nina, and Lucy are girls. So only the girls like watermelon. So Beth, Nina, and Lucy. So we've done that. And then all of them, apart from Abdul and Beth, like papayas. So papayas is everyone except from Abdul and Beth. So Nina, so Beth, no. Nina, yes. Juan, yes. Lucy, yes. Abdul, no, because it's everyone except for Abdul and Beth, so we can tick that off. And then only Abdul, Juan, and Nina like pears. So Abdul, Juan, and Nina. So Abdul, Juan, and Nina. Obviously, in the exam, you're aiming to do this very quickly. And then only Juan and Lucy do not like pineapple. So Juan and Lucy do not like it. So everyone except for them. So it's going to be Beth, Nina, not Juan, not Lucy, but Abdul. And then everyone with an A in their name likes cherries. So Beth, no. Nina, yes. Juan, yes. Lucy, no. And Abdul, yes. So we have 3, 5, 4, 2, and 4. Obviously, in the exam, you don't have to write that out, but this is just as an explanation. So the person that likes the widest variety of fruits is going to be Nina. So 4 is Nina. And then 5. Sophie and Sam are twins. Sophie was born 11 years ago. Mohammed was born 13 years older than Sam. Oh, no. Mohammed is 13 years older than Sam. In 2 years' time, Eve will be half as old as Mohammed will be, and Nadia was 9 last year. So how old is Eve now? Okay, Nadia seems to not be mentioning anything else, so I'll just quickly clear all of this, so we have a bit of space. And then, okay, so Sophie and Sam are twins, so Sophie's age is equal to Sam's. So Sophie, Sam, and they're, okay, so Sophie was born 11 years ago, so she's 11. Okay. And then Mohammed is 13 years older than Sam, so he's going to be 13 plus 11, which is 24. In 2 years' time, Eve will be half as old as Mohammed will be, so Mohammed in 2 years' time will be 26, so Eve is equal to 26 over 2, which is 13. So that means that Eve right now is 13 minus 2, which is 11. So she's 11. And you can see Nadia was added there, but never used. So sometimes they may add that to make you think you have to think of more, but in reality, you don't. Okay, next is 6. So Thomas, Dominic, and Fiorella all had chips with their lunch. Dominic had a beef burger and Fiorella had 2 fish fingers. Thomas had a glass of cola, whilst Dominic and Fiorella had a lemon drink each. If this statement is true, only one of the sentences below is true. Which is it? Okay, so with this one, we see that, okay, Dominic had a beef burger, Fiorella had 2 fish fingers, Thomas had a glass of cola, And then Dominic and Fiorella had lemon drink. And they all had chips. So, Thomas doesn't like fish fingers, but he might like it. But he never ordered it, but he still might like it, so it just is crossed out. Because it's never explicitly said. B, Dominic had a beef burger, chips, and lemon drink. Well, Dominic had chips, yeah. Dominic had a beef burger. Dominic had a lemon drink, so yeah, could be correct. Well, B is correct. And then C, well, we're just going to check now. Thomas had more chips than well, we don't know that. Fiorella had fish fingers, chips, and cola. Well, Fiorella had chips. Fiorella had fish fingers. But she didn't have cola. Thomas had cola, and Dominic and Fiorella had lemon drink, so no. And Thomas and Fiorella shared it. No, they had a lemon drink each. So that leaves us with B. So 6 is B. Okay, and that is everything. So thank you very much for watching. This was Summer School 11 with me, Ethan. I'll see you next time.